time, weather, and...
Hello and welcome to Driving with Todd. And I'm Todd. This past Saturday was Record Store Day. Now, what is Record Store Day? Well, Record Store Day comes every third Saturday of April. It started in 2007 when record stores wanted new material available that was only available to brick and mortar stores. Not Amazon or mail order, just, your little hometown record store. So record companies started to press vinyl that was either albums that hadn't been pressed in ages, or they were special editions like colored vinyl, picture discs, or just special edition albums, things that had never been released before on vinyl or on compact disc or anything, and then made it available to brick and mortar record stores. It's really grown since 2007. I mean, it is just a monster event that happens worldwide. Now, this also happens on Black Friday as well. They do Record Store Day on Black Friday, but it's not as big as that third Saturday of April. Well, this year when I went, it was really cold outside. There was really a cold wind. I didn't wear heavy enough clothes. I was freezing. When I got there an hour before the record store actually opened. And I was number 66 in line. By the time the store opened, there must have been over 100 people in line waiting to get into the store. Now, it's a small store, so the owner was only letting in about a dozen to 15 people at a time. Well, it took me another hour after the store opened to actually get into the store and start looking around. Well, there was enough material, enough vinyl that was brought in for this record store day that I was able to find most of what I was looking for. So I was a happy camper. Well, one of the things that I really wanted that I saw on the list when the list came out in February of what was going to be at Record Store Day was this Linda Ronstadt box set. I've been wanting a Linda Ronstadt box set for ages, especially the Capitol Records albums, because those are really hard to come by. Instead, this one is the Asylum records that she released in the 1970s -1. So what do I mean by that? Well, record companies never fulfill true wishes and dreams. That's my feeling. I don't know who puts this stuff together, but I just don't think they put a lot of thought into some of it. So this album has 4 of the 5 Linda Ronstadt albums on Asylum Records that she released in the 70s. It's missing the album Living in the USA. What they should have done is put all 5 albums in here and call it Linda Ronstadt Asylum Records in the 1970s. That would have been great. Instead, there's 4 albums in here. The first one's from 1973. It's her first Asylum album called Don't Cry Now. Her second from 1975, Prisoner in Disguise. Then from 1976, Hasten Down the Wind. And in 77, Simple Dreams. Fantastic albums. I mean, they're all really good albums. So I just got done listening to Hasten Down the Wind. And it's interesting because I know I bought this album when it came out. I bought most of Linda Ronstadt's albums when they came out. I mean, I was a big Linda Ronstadt fan in the 70s and the 80s. And I just didn't remember listening to this album. I put it on and the tracks didn't really sound familiar to me. But it's a good album. I don't think it's her best album, but it's a good album. And I get to the last track on this album. And the last track blew me away, and I actually remembered it. It was Someone to Lay Down Beside Me. I just went bonkers on that song. I had to play it a couple of times. It's just fantastic. So where am I going with this? Well, Someone to Lay Down Beside Me is written by Karla Bonoff. Now, at the time when this album came out, Karla Bonoff had no material out there that she recorded herself, but she was writing songs. And Linda Ronstadt got a hold of a demo by Karla Bonoff, and the demo was called Lose Again, which is the first track on this album. And Linda Ronstadt was blown away by that demo. So she wanted to hear more by Karla, and Karla gave her 2 more songs, If He's Ever Near and Someone to Lay Down Beside Me. And she recorded all 3 and put them on this album. So those songs are just fantastic. Well, this came out in 1976, as I mentioned. The following year, in 1977, Karla Bonoff records a solo album, her first solo album. And what does she put on it? The 3 tracks that Linda Ronstadt recorded. So she, too, recorded Someone to Lay Down Beside Me. Now, I've never heard this version, Karla Bonoff's version, though I do have her first album. I've never heard her first album. Here's the reason why. I bought it at a thrift store probably about 20, 25 years ago for 50 cents. And at the time, I was buying 50 to 100 albums at thrift stores at a time because you could actually find that many good albums. Now, if you're lucky to find one. And I would just bring them home. I'd put them on my shelf, and most of them I've never, ever listened to. So I've never heard Karla Bonoff's first album. Now, I'm going to have to go back and listen to it because I really love this song, Someone to Lay Down Beside Me. Linda Ronstadt released it as a single in 1976. It only reached number 42 on Billboard's Hot 100 Singles chart. It didn't break the top 40. Well, Karla Bonoff also released it as a single, but that was in 1978, and unfortunately, it didn't chart at all. So I thought, let's listen to how Karla Bonoff does her own material and interprets Linda Ronstadt, because Linda Ronstadt actually recorded it before Karla. So here we go with Karla Bonoff doing her take on her song, Someone to Lay Down Beside Me.
There's somebody waiting alone in the street for someone to walk up and greet. Here you are, all alone in the city. Where's the one that you took to your side? Lonely faces will stare through your eyes in the night.
Oh, nice. The piano, okay, that piano in the beginning, very much like Linda Ronstadt. In fact, when Karla comes in singing, you could almost switch Linda Ronstadt and Karla Bonoff off. They're doing that intro very, very similar. But on Karla Bonoff, she's got that electric guitar in there, which gives it more of a little bit of a soulful, maybe rock sound than what Linda gave the song, where Linda's was more of a, like I said, maybe a rock ballad or a country rock ballad. This gives it more of a harder edged rock ballad, if you can almost see the difference. But very good so far. Really like what I hear. Her voice is really nice. I haven't heard a lot by Karla Bonoff, so this is something that I'm going to have to get into a little bit more. So let's keep on going.
And they'll say, woman, sweet woman, please come home with me. You're shining and willing and free. But your love, it's a common occurrence, not like love that I feel in my heart. Still, you know that maybe what I need is someone to lay down beside me. Even though it's not me, just someone to lay down beside me through the story of my life.
Okay, nothing against Karla's vocals, but they're totally different. I mean, she starts out a lot like Linda Ronstadt, but then she gets into the refrain, and her voice, I don't think, has the range of Linda Ronstadt, because in that refrain on Linda Ronstadt's version, she just takes off. And when Linda Ronstadt takes off, it's right in your face, and she has such a powerful voice. where Karla's isn't quite as powerful, and it keeps that refrain a little bit down, a little bit more quiet, but it's still good. I mean, I'm not saying it's not good. It's just different. It's not the way Linda Ronstadt presented that refrain. And then again, like I said, you got those electric guitars in there too, where Linda's had more of a more strings and more lush sound to it. And Karla does have strings in here, but I don't think they're overbearing. You got more of a rock instruments. The guitar, especially, is more up front than what the strings are. Let's keep on going.
Someone to lay down beside me through the story of my life. Just someone to lay down beside me, even though it's not me. Just someone to lay down beside me through the story of my life. When morning is breaking, the streetlights are off. The sun will soon share all the cost of a world that can be sort of heartless, not like love that you feel in your heart. Still, you know that maybe all you get is someone to lay down beside you. And even though it's not me, just someone to lay down beside you. You just can't ask for more.
Wow. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I love the song. I mean, I think what drives me is the song itself. It's so well put together. The lyrics are great. The refrain is excellent, and so I think it's one of those songs that nobody can do badly, but they can do it differently. Like I said, Linda Ronstadt's more of a country ballad, but she really drives this song with her voice, and she's got a lot of heavy strings in it. Just the arrangement is so different than what Karla Bonoff did on hers and presented. Hers is more of a rock sound and almost a blues sound. It's got with that guitar in there, that electric guitar playing throughout the song. It almost gives it a little bit of a blues flavor as well. So soulful, bluesy, and not at all countrified, not at all. And then Karla put a instrumental break in there too, and I don't believe there's an instrumental break in Linda Ronstadt's version. So they added an instrumental break with a small guitar solo, which gives it again a little bit of that rock and roll blues flavor to her version. But it's such a great song, and she does it well. I mean, she wrote it, so she must know how she wanted it to sound, in her head, and then put it down onto tape, and then release it on an album and as a single. So this is how I think she wanted to present it. Linda Ronstadt, the arrangement she had on hers is how she wanted to present it. So each person was a little bit different on how this song should be recorded. but both versions are really good. If you haven't heard the Linda Ronstadt version, you got to go look it up. It's on YouTube. It's excellent. But I really did enjoy the Karla Bonoff version. Like I said, I've got the album. I think I'm gonna have to like pull it out of my collection, dust it off a little bit, and put it on the turntable and listen to it now because I did enjoy this a lot. So I hope you enjoyed it too. I just thought this is such a great song. I've never heard it by Karla. Let's do it. Let's do it. So if you did like it, hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. If you have any comments about Karla Bonoff, the song Someone to Lay Down Beside Me, put in the comments below. That'd be appreciated as well. Now I'm going to take a link to this video, which I thought was kind of nice. It was nice little pictures of Karla, still pictures throughout the song. And I thought that was kind of nice. Fan made, of course. So I'm going to take a link to this video, put it in my description below. So if you want to watch it again, just hit that link. It'll open up, play for you, and I won't be stopping it. I'm also going to put a link to the channel that uploaded this video. I'm not sure if that's the channel that actually created the video, but you can check that out. See if there are any other videos out there that they might have that you want to watch. Now, have you subscribed to Driving with Todd? If you haven't, hey, we're playing all kinds of different music, all different genres, artists from different countries, all kinds of stuff. Gotta join. Join the fun. Just go below this video, below the title of the video, and hit that subscribe button, and you make me very happy. If you go over here and ring the bell, you'll get updates to my latest videos. So I thought let's end the week with a Linda Ronstadt song that was written by Karla Bonoff, but not done by Linda Ronstadt this time, but by the writer themselves. And it put a big smile on my face. I'm hoping to put a big smile on your face. And peace out, baby.